gonna go ahead and call this Pembroke PD and see what kind of info we can get on that and put some heat on their station. And I encourage you to do the same. To be honest, that was sickening. It really was. I don't. I look. Here's the thing. I do think that, given the fact that the guy called, which again, we got to think twice, if not thrice, about calling these police stations. We really do. And it's a tragedy that that's the case. And we really got to start thinking about other alternatives. And I know that everyone's not in the situation. I'm not right now either, to be like, okay, I can't call the cops. Okay, I got, you know, $50,000, $100,000 worth of firearms and private security where I don't need to do that. I don't, and I know a lot of us don't. However, I think at the very least, it's important for us now to start thinking about other options. Seriously, because this didn't end too bad in that the dog is still alive and that they paid for the veterinarian care. At the same time, and all family members made it out with their lives. That's great. A lot of times these days, it doesn't go that well for us. So that's a win for sure. However, they're dealing with some things that are going to be difficult, maybe even close to impossible to ever get over. Um, so let's start thinking about other options as it relates to calling the police, and if they're really going to, be there for us in the way that we need. Everything that this guy did could have been something that I did or anybody in their right mind. As a man who's away on business, your camera pops up, you got your girl, your wife, and kids at home. Anybody would call and be like, hey, can you get an officer over there to see what was going on? Would any of us expect that that officer would come and behave in such an irrational fashion like this? Granted, you don't know what's going on, you don't know who's who, but at the same time, you couldn't. This is how you act under pressure. Fire on a service animal, who's the real hero in this story, by the way. Now that I think about it, Max with two X's is the real hero in this story. He protected his family uh, to the point where he was willing to even attack that officer who was an invader, by the way. He was in a space where he should not have been, and he had harmful intent. You got the weapon drawn, telling somebody who's coming out of their own house to put their hands up, and you don't even know what's going on. Just extra, really and truly. So thankfully, he escaped with his life, but that was just really clown behavior on behalf of that officer. Granted, he had reasonable cause to want to look around more. I just happen to know and believe that that was over the top. You could have been more well grounded. You could have been much more reasonable about your engagement and your investigation. You came off the handles, firearm in hand, um, as you're looking around, checking doors, just extra stuff. And as to what happened, as far as if the dispatch said this or that, who knows, right? The incompetence, though, can cost people their lives. And it's really tragic. And at the very least, we got to do something about it, folks. Put heat on this Pembroke, give them a call, um, ask some questions personally, and we'll see. My next upload probably be tomorrow.